Good day to all. Fellow class of 2020, the members of our families and the faculty who were here and are still here supporting each of us along our individual journeys. To every and anyone hearing my voice at this very moment, regardless of location, thank you for being a part of this unusual yet special day. I would like to begin by emphasizing that this is the furthest from how I thought this day would have turned out. However, despite this reality, it is amazing to see that against all odds, we are here. After a long season of uncertainty, and perhaps it is long from over, by God's grace, we are still here together in one way or another, collectively celebrating our achievements. I think that deserves a round of applause to you all. But since we aren't here physically to do that, you are free to clap in your minds. I am Krista Saintage, formally, and just to note, it is insane how we are able to say that now, from the Division of Arts, Sciences, and General Studies, and it is my humble honor to present the valedictorian speech on behalf of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College class of 2020. I won't even get into 2020 as yet, so as a diversion, I would be honored to steer this speech in the direction of much simpler times, also affectionately known as before 2020. 2 years of here suddenly does not seem like 2 years anymore. At the beginning of it all, I vaguely recall this very day feeling like an eternity away. Even on several occasions throughout the tenure, it felt a great deal into the distant future. When I look back at it now, it is almost an out-of-body experience. I see a mildly nervous, slightly confused girl fresh out of secondary school with absolutely no idea what to expect from the next 2 years. One hoping for the best. Fresh out of a polyester, knee-length, because I was a good child, school uniform into some polo shirts and jeans. Jeans that were folded and always folded just above the ankle. I vividly recount Miss Felix one class asking us if we had a river to cross. For certain, the first week on campus may have been the calmest. We knew some people, didn't know many others, and just started getting to know some more. And as we sit here, that having come to a close, I can firmly say that the young individuals that existed then pale in comparison to the graduates listening to my voice at this moment. We all may not have become acquainted with each other over the years, and it is near impossible to compare each and every single one of our experiences, but I can guarantee that there were a few significant similarities. And to me, that makes all the difference. For each of us, there were happy days. The pessimist within me would quickly respond that there were very few. Sad days. My inner cynic is nodding agreeably. Busy days. Too numerous to mention. Long days. Everyone. Embarrassing days. We do not speak of those. Emotional days. We also do not speak of those. And some were just days. But with each different day of the over 300 that we spent up here, I must bring your collective attention to one of the most important necessities that contributed to our survival: our friends. For although we may have lost and grown apart from a few, we also gained some individuals whose friendship and energies far exceed the aged, weathered, and that is as far as I will go with the description, walls of this fine institution. That one or those several that we didn't realize that we're making memories with. They made it possible for the most unbearable of situations, classes, people, and days to seem almost bearable. I want you to acknowledge that and thank them. We would not be here today without each other. This is just a formal close to our time here together, but when you receive your certificates, after you've taken your pictures, after you have accepted SALCC as a part of your now past, please catch yourself and do not allow yourself to forget them. Before you get too far into your young adult lives and you forget the names of each building, that is if you haven't already, before you can afford way more than pizza rolls or wings and fries between classes, before you burn the books and you never take another Mon bus again in your life, take a moment to pause and reminisce. Because like the beginning of this chapter of our young lives, it is near impossible to decipher entirely what our next chapter holds. A brief but meaningful thank you to each and every single one of our lecturers. You set the bar at a point that, at first, seemed too high to reach. And the fact that we gather today, vessels of new knowledge and sprouted seeds of ambition, is proof enough of the mountains that you have moved in the last 2 years in order to show us that we are able to reach that bar with enough intention and perseverance. Like always, you exceed your requirements, and I can confidently say that the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College has some of the most passionate and well-versed educators in the region. In the words of journalist Sidney J. Harris, the whole purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows. In a mirror, one only sees themselves and a smidge of their surroundings. Contrastingly, in a window, the view has the possibility of being endless. You certainly workshopped some windows out of mirrors. So again, I thank you. As aforementioned, this is the furthest from how any one of us could have imagined this day turning out. And to be very honest, if it weren't for the endurance building events that 2020 brought along with it into my life, I can assure all of you, without a shadow of a doubt, I would not be here today giving this speech. I would probably be watching it, oblivious of the possibility that I could ever do such a thing. And I must apologize, but it is time to address the elephant in the room, or rather the inextricable force preventing us from being in the same room. Trust me, I know I am not the first and I will not be the last to say this. It was a strange year. And it is equally, if not more, deranged when you realize that it is now officially over. Despite the subtle anxiety left as a side effect of the year that we just experienced, I will pose as a reminder that life, after all of this, COVID-19 aside, was always meant to be uncertain. Life after our final exams, life after seeing our friends almost every day, life after so many and too many early mornings and late nights, life after running from building to building to get to class, life after basically living off of rotis, cinnamon rolls, pizza rolls, and wings and fries for almost 2 years, life after all the in-between moments, life after SALCC, life after comfortable was always meant to be uncertain. Change was always and will always be unavoidable. This pandemic and the effect that it has had and is still having has been exponentially unpredictable. But so is life. We were never told that there would not be trials. We were never told that we would not fall. We were especially not told that things would go the way that we want them to go. At this point, you better be singing the song in your head, by the way. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, I shall proceed. Remember, in life, we go through both victories and defeats, and our choices are in fact ours to decide. Above all, know that in order to win, you need to give yourself the benefit of the doubt and try. When you do fail, and you will, take your L, but make sure that it stands for lesson. Cheesy, I know. Uncertainty, unpredictability, change. Those all sound scary. But this will not be the last time that you will come across warnings of the unforeseeable nature of life. COVID-19 will not be the only plot twist to sweep you off your feet in the most violent of manners. But among the many coping mechanisms that you seek, encounter, and enforce to maneuver through life's instability, I come offering one of my own. Audacity. A-U-D-A-C-I-T-Y. Audacity. Noun. A willingness to take bold risks. Synonyms: boldness, daring, fearlessness, bravery, courage, valor, grit, confidence, spirit, moxie, balls. In the wake of life's unavoidable uncertainty, have audacity. And I quote, "If you are unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitations will infect your execution. Timidity is dangerous. It is better to enter with boldness. Any mistakes you commit through audacity are easily corrected with more audacity. Everyone admires the bold, no one honors the timid." Robert Greene. With that in mind, ensure that your days are filled with many positive firsts, adventures, and achievements. Never allow your skills, passions, talents, and gifts to deteriorate. You may as well have never received them in the first place if you permit that. Remember that your foundation, these youthful years in which you exist, are your start. From tragedy, disappointment, inadequacy, deficiency, unacknowledged trauma, and vices. from small dreams, wishes, goals, and every childish imaginable hope and aspiration. From your own uniquely messy start in this world, I urge you to build. Entering this chapter, believe in your bones that you are not just anybody. Act accordingly. Speak accordingly. Walk into a room accordingly. Behave accordingly. Recount what the prior year has taught you about yourself, about life, about your past, present, and future. And where they are applicable, apply them. I want for every one of us to understand that we each are closer to our futures than those younger, more oblivious versions of ourselves that first entered 2 years ago. This in no way means that we should have it all figured out. Rather, consistently be in practice of growing your resilience and endurance with every setback faced. My sociology teacher, Ms. Sharon Trizell, during class one day, proclaimed 3 words with so much passion that I could not possibly for the life of me attempt to forget them. That day, she said to my entire class, "Nurture the spirit. Know that everything and anything that you need to be beautiful," handsome if you please for the gentlemen, "successful, incredible, blessed, trusted, respected, honored, and happy are already in your life. Work towards finding out your purpose for being here. Learn to believe in yourself. Learn to want the best for you. Others in life may not, but understand that this is none of your concern. The fact of the matter is that you can be successful whether or not others believe in you, but you cannot be successful if you do not believe in yourself. Ensure that you leave your best mark wherever you can. Whatever it may be, leave your artisanal, unique touch like only you are able to. Once again, thank you for being here, and for every day that follows this one, please dare to adopt the necessary boldness required to achieve even the most absurd of your dreams. Or, as Benjamin Disraeli puts it, success is the child of audacity. Finally, I will leave you with the words of G.J. Danton. Audacity, more audacity, always audacity. Thank you.